This conference will now be recorded.
Hi friends, good evening. In this Business Intelligence Master Program, so in today's session we are going to talk about Azure Data Factory cicd pipeline. Okay, so continuous integration and continuous deployment. How you can implement, how you can create these release pipeline. What is Azure Data Factory cicd pipeline? And we are also going to talk about what is Azure DevOps. Okay, how to create Azure DevOps portal. Okay, so how, what all things, what all functionalities available within Azure DevOps website, and then we are going to talk about how you can release your code from one environment to the another environment. Suppose if you are new, if you are fresher, you don't know anything, you don't have any real-time experience, it will be little bit difficult. But I try to give as much as possible. I will try to start from very scratch. Okay, in today's session mostly we will do with lab, but I'll just before lab I also will take some theory, like some theoretical knowledge I will give. With respect to the demo, we will see how to set up Azure code repos in ADF v2. What is code repos? It's a basically where we are going to store our code. Okay, whatever code we are generating, whatever code is going to generate in your data factory, that entire code is basically storing in some backend, right? But what I want to do, I want to move entire code from the data factory to the some Azure DevOps repos. How to set up those repos, how you can move the code, ADF code from your ADF to the Azure code repos, we will see. Then we will see how to create release pipeline in Azure DevOps. So what is release pipeline? Suppose if you want to move code from one data factory to the another data factory, we need to create the release pipeline. If you want to copy the code from one data factory to the another data factory, we need to create the release pipeline. How you can create release pipeline, we'll see. Then we will talk about how to enable continuous deployment. Example, now you have a data factory 1, data factory 2. Whatever change I am doing in data factory 1, that change I want to move it into the data factory 2. Example, in data factory 1 I have created pipeline 1, so I don't want to do anything. If I make any change in data factory 1, same changes should be available in a data factory 2. So for that I need to automate, or I need to enable continuous deployment. How you can enable continuous deployment, we will see. Then testing end-to-end functionality, we will just test it whether it is working or not. End-to-end, we will test it. Basics. Suppose if you're fresher, I'll just give you some theoretical knowledge. Try to understand, this is important because you know. Example, Facebook. Okay, if you consider a Facebook, okay, now you will open the Facebook and now you will make the friend request, you will comment it, you will like it, you will share photo, you whatever you want to do, you are doing, right? But what is this Facebook all about? Facebook is basically it's a website, isn't it? You are just accessing in a, you are accessing through a web browser. Okay, accessing through browser to access, to see your friends, to make the more friends, and to share some information to the public. And you are using this particular social media medium. Okay, this particular social media website you are using to share some information, to understand some information, to make friends in anywhere. Maybe people can be anywhere, but you can connect with them through this particular Facebook. Now, who has developed Facebook? Anybody know who has developed Facebook?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay, you know, right? So he's developed this Facebook. So when he has developed, he is simply, he will write code and he will say, yeah, it is going to work. I will just make sure I will give it to the end users. Will he just write the code and dump it somewhere to use by all users? No. So this particular code, whatever code he has developed, let's say he has developed some code, that code will go through the multiple testing process. Okay, first in development you will write the code. Okay, next what I need to do, so normally I will just check once I write the code for like functionality. When I just click like, So number is increasing or not. Okay, so already likes are 1k now. So one more person is like this, then you need to say 1.001k, something like this. You need to update it. Okay, if somebody else is like that, you need to increase the number, whether increase number is increasing or not. If you comment it, that comment is showing in that under that particular post or not. If you are making a friend request, this friend request is all, is it really end user received or not. Okay, so A is making the friend request to the B, whether he make a friend request, whether B is receiving that friend request or not. These are the different functionalities that you have in Facebook. Now he has written the code, he has tested, it is working. So immediately he will make sure he will deploy somewhere so that you can use it. No, once he tested here, he will send this information. Same thing, he will put it in another place and he will test it. He will test it. Okay, if this is also working, if same code is working here also fine, then some people may test one more time. Okay, if it is working here also, then they will deploy into final place where, okay, here you have code is available. Now end user example, I am the end user. Okay, I am making a friend Facebook, I am trying to access Facebook. That Facebook code is available here. Whatever code is available in this particular box, that code I am going to access as a end user. But this code came here after this code went through the multiple testing phases. Multiple testing phases. Okay, example, this is one of the example. Let's go with the financial domain. In financial domain, you are like you have implementing SBI bank application, mobile app or whatever. Okay, now what happens, somebody X is transferring money to Y. Okay, so when X is transferred money, you need to check whether he transferred money, Y is receiving or not, this functionality is working or not. You need to test it. If you're not testing properly, you will release to the directly end user. Okay, there's a one, you should have a 2, 3 and 4. Facebook went through all this testing. Now you just tested here and it is working fine. But when you deployed same code at this particular place, okay, here this X person sent the money but Y is not received. Nobody knows where this money got stuck. So now the problem is end users will face the problem. If end user face this problem, what he will think, hey, no man, so this SBI bank app we should not use. Last time also, like some money deducted, I did not receive the money back, or it took at least 1 month to receive money back. So this end user will share the feedback immediately. If something good, people will not share. If it's something bad, immediately we will share. That is the nature of humans, right? Immediately will say, no, you should not use SBI. Then the SBI customers ultimately will reduce. Then business impact for your financial domain in a, for SBI bank. So there will be some business impact, right? So that's why they should not deploy directly. So they same code, they should test it at second place. They should test it third place. If here and here works fine, then you can deploy it. Okay. So now in the same way, exactly with this context, I have a data factory 1. Okay, I have a data factory 2. I have created a 2 data factories. You can also create a 4 data factories. Data factory 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now I am in a development. Okay, I am developing as a developer, data engineer or Azure developer. I am developing some pipelines to copy data from maybe blob to blob. Okay, so this I have done in where, in a ADF, isn't it? So in ADF I have done this. Okay, understood. Now it is working fine. Same code, I need to move it into the another. This is, you can say, testing. You are just testing here, right? So you can say testing. So here also same code, you move it to this ADF. This is the dev ADF. You can call it as a testing ADF. So you move the same code from development to the UAT. Okay. Oh, sorry, testing. So what you need to do here, you need to move this particular code again. You execute at this particular ADF and test it. If it is working fine, then move it here, same code, and test it here. If it is working here also fine, then you move it into the final production. where people or actual customers can use this particular data factory pipeline, this particular code, whatever code we have in this particular data factory, that code end users client will use to copy data from block to block, or data lake storage gen 2 to the data lake storage gen 2, or SQL database to the data lake storage gen 2, SQL database to the block storage. You understood? How many of you clear? Friends, first thing I want to get the confirmation my audio is fine. Kiran, audio is fine. Nagaraj, audio
For
is
me,
fine.
yes, Malaya, it is fine.
So, Bharat, can you rejoin quickly? I think he's having some issue. Thank you all. Any doubts as of now?
Yeah, no, it's everything
You
fine.
guys,
No, we
yeah.
don't have any.
Now you see, yeah. Now you see, sometimes, so in real time, you have a development environment, testing environment, staging, production. Sometimes people may call this as a development next to UAT, pre-product, production. There will be a different name people will give. Generally, at least there will be 3 data factories in your project. One is for development, second one is for testing, third one for the production. Some people will use 4 data factories: development 1 data factory, testing 1 data factory, staging 1 data factory, production 1 data factory. Now, what is development? CD, continuous deployment. Continuously, whatever changes you are doing in a development data factory, that code should be moved to the other data factories. Suppose something is not working in your UAT. First example, in development environment, you have verified you are copying data from data lake storage gen 2 to the data lake storage gen 2. It is successful. Okay, it is successful. You have copied the data. Now, when you move to the testing, you realized there is some problem and it is not working. Now, what you need to do? You need to change this particular code in the development. Again, you need to come back. Okay, you understood? Example, say you have tested here everything correct, then you will move to the testing. Here it is something went wrong, then you need to go back here you need to fix it. So once you fix it again, you come here and test it. Okay, here also it is fine. Then you come here it is failed. Again, you need to go back to the development. Here you need to check it. Okay, here again this time you fixed it. Here fine, here fine, here fine, here also fine. You understood? If anywhere is failed, you need to go back to the development environment. Here you need to fix the issues, then come to here, then you come to here, then you need to come here. Clear, friends? See, development environment is used by developers, no client data. Actual data you will not get. Some clients will give, some clients will not give. Testing used by QA engineers, testing people. Whatever development is done, that we need to test it. See, it is not for only cloud project. It is same for the web application development. Anything you consider, same thing you'll have, same environment. So note client data. Maybe some clients may give the data. As I said, testing people will test it. If something goes wrong, they will report to the developers. Okay. If something goes wrong, they will report to the development. Okay. Next, staging. So if testing is completed, then staging. In staging, used by QA engineers and the clients for UAT. Some clients will involve, test engineers will involve, and they will test it with the actual data. Here, dummy data we will use to test it, some mark data. But here, the actual data, production data, we will use to test our code. So meaning, suppose I am creating some customer ID, customer name, customer location, that is a mark data. So just to test my pipeline is working or not. But when we go to our actual data, we will have a actual data, client data they will give when you move your code into the staging environment. Then it will go to the production, used by clients, full production data. Full production data means what? Full production data means whatever data. So all people, whoever is customers for SBI, all those people, whatever transaction they are doing, all the data will come. The data we will copy into the data lake storage gen 2. That is the actual data, completely production data. Okay, some people will maintain 4, some people will maintain only 3. Maybe names can be different. Dev, QA, production. Some people may call it as a dev, test, pre-production and production. Some people may call dev UAT prod. Dev UAT prod. So there are different names we have here. Try to understand there will be different names. Next, what is repos? See, try to understand here some of the theory that I need to discuss. Okay, to understand this. Okay. So I will not spend much time, but we'll just quickly finish this. What is repo? Let's start from very basics. A repo is a container which is used to store and manage your code in a systematic way. So we need to store our data factory code or like a storage code. Okay, you can say keyword information. All these related information we need to store in some place. That is nothing but a Azure repos. In other words, repo is a version control tool which is used to manage the code. Version control tool. What is meant by version control tool? Example, I have a cloudpandit.txt. In that, I have mentioned welcome to you can say welcome to Cloud Pandit students. I mentioned welcome to Cloud Pandit students. Then I realized, oh, no, I should not mention Cloud Pandit students. I need to say welcome to current batch students. Then I realized this is not the correct one. Previous one only correct. What I need to do? I need to again change it. So instead of changing previous one, if you can able to save it somewhere as a kind of a backup, okay, as a kind of a versions. So all changes, if you can able to track it, you know, previously we have a welcome to Cloud Pandit students. Okay, previously you have a welcome to Cloud Pandit students. Now you have a welcome to current batch students. Now current word is not correct. You want to go back. Instead of changing, you can restore your previous version because you are going to maintain all versions here. You are going to maintain V1, V2, okay, V3. Suppose here I say hi. Okay, so hi, I'll just change to the hello. So this will be a next word. Next, I realized I don't want hello, I want hi. So instead of changing this to hi, what you can do, you can just to restore, you can just go back and take this version of data, this version of data. Okay, this is a kind of a, this is basically, this is a version control. Okay, this is a version control, meaning you are making, you are tracking all the changes that you are doing in your code. Understood? You are changing, you are tracking all the changes that are happening in your data factory code or any web application code. Example, you know, recently many banks are shut down, right? The reason is they are changing the infrastructure. They are changing the infrastructure. Now you see what happens. Bank is trying to make some change. Okay, examples, they have a lot of features, but live chat option is not there in their web application. What they have done, they have they are trying to deploy the code to make a this live chat available in their website. Okay, now when they have deployed this code, it is not working. It is not working. What they need to do, can you tell me? They have deployed this code, but in that web application none of the functions are working. All the functions are stopped working. What is the immediate step that they need to take to restore their business immediately?
Back to the
What
old version.
they need to go back to the previous version. They need to take the previous code and put it here. At least this chat is not available, but other functionalities will be available in this, right? Likewise, so how they will get to know the previous version? They need to take a copies of all the changes. Okay, before you make this change, what is the code? So that copy you should have. So before you make this code change, what is the copy? So all these copies you need to maintain. That is nothing to versions. Version 1, version 2, you make another change, version 2, you make another change, version 2, you make another change, version 5. Understood? Next. Next, you see, version control systems are a type of software which are used to track and manage each and every change in the code by an individual or a team. So basically, version control systems, what it will do? to track the changes that everybody do, or all the team which like your entire team is doing a lot of changes. To track who is changing what, you need to have a version control system. Version control is a must use software to manage your code. So this is the must use software in real time. Suppose whoever is fresher who don't have real time experience, try to understand this, the must and should you should know to store code of a project. So your entire project code will be available in this Azure repos. Track and manage each and every change done in code by team. So your team is going to make a lot of changes. All those changes we need to track it and manage it by using a repos. We can able to do. Multiple team members can work on code without any issue. Multiple people can work on that particular code without any issue. Because okay, so let's say X person is making some change, Y is making some change, Z is making some change. Okay, but make sure you should not disturb. Okay, let's say X is written hi. Okay, Y is written, he is just cancelled and he is written hello. He is writing hey. Okay, so you need to have a track of all these changes. First thing, okay, who is making what changes, everything you will come to know. Okay, who is pushing these changes, everything you will come to know. Suppose you know that this is not correct, then you need to restore, you can able to restore. Okay, but those things will be controlled automatically. Okay. Next. Can create several copies to work on a different task, using branch system to work on a different task. So we can create the several copies by using branch. If you don't know, leave it. So what is pipeline? Pipeline in DevOps is a set of process, automated or can be triggered manually. So I was talking about copying data from one data factory to another data factory, right? So this process can be automated or it can be manual. Anything you can do, anything you can do. Okay, next. Azure Pipeline is a cloud service that you can use to automatically build and test your code project, make it available to other users. Make it available to other users means you can deploy into the other data factory, or you can just push those changes to the repo so that everybody can able to see the new changes. CI/CD pipeline. CI is nothing but a continuous integration. This continuous integration we want to do basically. The reason is continuous integration. Who will do is web application developers will do. If you're using Scala code, you need to do. Okay, but this is the ADF will generate a JSON code. Okay, JSON code will not maintain any dependency. Okay, if you look at if anybody knows Scala, Java, so we will use some jar files. Okay, inbuilt jar files. Those jar files we need to bring it when we are deploying into other environments. So to download those things, we need to integrate our code. But our Azure Data Factory code we don't need to integrate. We can directly deploy. Deployment is nothing but we can move this particular code from dev to QA, QA to staging and production, something like that. Pipelines can run manual or automated as per requirement as discussed. Overview diagram. Okay, now you try to understand here. So you have a data factory. Okay, from data factory you will just publish the code. That code will be there in some future branch. From future branch, with the help of pull request, we can merge it with the master branch. Always remember you have a branch to maintain your actual code. Okay, to maintain multiple copies of the code, we need to create the local branch. Master branch means whatever the production code, whatever I was talking about, four types of codes, right? We have a here one code, here one code, here one code, here one code. Copy from here to here, test it here also fine. Copy from here to here, here to here. So these all are a different branches. But here we have whatever code we have at the final, right? This is called a master branch. This is called a master branch. Production code always available in a product in a master branch. Okay, so once you publish this particular master branch, Okay, so basically once you make the pull request, all these things from your from your local branch, you can able to raise a pull request which will merge your code with the master branch. So here, let's say in my development or development of data factory, I'll just publish. You know, right? Publish. How you will do? You just click publish, right? So to trigger a data factory pipeline, we need to publish. Once you publish, it will create a something called publish branch. This publish branch I need to take. Okay, this publish branch I need to take and I need to deploy into the ADF test environment. How to do that? You need to create a release pipeline. With the help of release pipeline, I can able to deploy into the test. Once it is deployed into the test successfully, if you want to deploy same code into your production, okay, you can able to do. Okay, do it into test, then you can do it into the production. Do not worry, I'm going to show you practically. If you are not clear on something theory part, that's okay. You can able to see those things in a see. Once you open your Azure DevOps, you'll have a Azure boards, Azure repos, Azure pipeline, Azure test plans, Azure artifacts. Azure boards, we know right now everything is sprints. So task, so team should get the task, who is working on what, who is completed what task. Okay, so what is the blockers, why somebody is not able to finish this particular task. You need to see all the work that your team is doing. So all that work you will see it by using a Azure boards, Azure repos to store your code, Azure pipelines to move your code from one or like a development area to the uh, you can say UAT ADF, you can say ADF1 to the ADF2. Test plans, so basically you can create some test plans to check whether it is working or not, this code. Artifacts, basically to maintain your dependencies, any jar files or something like that. If you have any dependencies, you can use artifacts. Required resources are for today, we need Azure Data Factory v2, Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2, and Azure Keyword. Okay, so these are the three resources I will create, and I will tell you what I'm going to do now. Okay. Okay, now practicals, friends. So do not worry if you're not able to understand something as of now. Okay, that's okay. That's completely fine. Now you see what I'm going to do. Let me just explain first. Okay, first I'll create a one resource group. Okay, this is basically for the development environment. Okay, I'll create another resource group. This is basically for UAT. Okay. UAT, or you can say maybe testing or staging production, you can say. Now in development, I will create three resources that I have explained in the slides. What are those? First one is what? ADF. Okay, first one is ADF I will create. Next one is Gen 2, Gen 2 data lake storage. Third one is AKV, Azure Keyword I will create. Okay, Azure Keyword. So these all are the development. In the same way in UAT environment also I need to create a one ADF. Okay, so here I need to create a again one Gen 2 storage. Again I need to create a some Azure Keyword. Okay, this is what I need to do first. First I will create a one resource group for dev, one resource group for UAT. Inside dev environment I will create a three resources. One is ADF, second one is Gen 2, third one is Azure Keyword. In UAT I will create ADF, Gen 2 and Azure Keyword. Okay, let me just quickly do that. So I hope this is clear what I'm going to do. Click add. Okay, see again I'm explaining. I'll just create the dev resource group. Inside that I'll create the three resources. Okay, ADF I'll create, Gen 2 I'll create, Gen 2 storage. Third one is Azure Keyword. Okay, Azure Keyword. Okay, fine. Now you see first thing I'm going to create now. Um, First one you see, first I'm creating the development resource group. You can say free trial, you can say cloud funded BA master program dev. Okay, dev resource, dev created. create it. Okay, this is created. Go inside this. So first one, now I need to create ADF. Okay, click add ADF. So how I am creating ADF in the same way I need to create a data factory. And data factory. Click create. So development environment. I say here cloud Pandit ADF dev. Okay, cloud Pandit ADF dev. This is available or not? Yes. This is the name I am giving. Yes, I'll just maintain it. I just open paint. In paint also I can able to draw properly. You can say this is a development environment. This is what dev. So in dev, so I need to create a free resources, right? So first resource I'm creating is, what is the first resource I created? What is the first resource I've created? This is the one, right? So cloud Pandit dev. Copy this, paste it in. Okay. So first one, git configuration, I'll configure later. I will tell you what you need to create it. Create it. First one is done. Okay, data factory is creating in that resource group. So what is the second one you need to create? Go to resource groups. Go inside dev. See, data factory is created. Next one, data factory is different. Next, I need to create a data lake storage gen 2. Correct. Storage. Click on storage accounts. Create it. Cloud Pandit dev blob. Cloud Pandit blob dev. Okay. Oh, sorry, it's not a blob, right? It's a gen 2. ADLS v2 dev. Networking, all those things, in advanced tab, we need to enable the hierarchy namespace. Click replace create. Click create. Okay, this is the storage account I have created for the development. What is the name I have given? So this is the second one. So what is the third one I need to create? Azure keyword. Go back. Click on resource group. Where is my resource group? Where is mine? Click on this. Okay, now I have created these two. Let's add the Azure keyword. Click add and say Azure keyword. Keywords. Click on keyword. Click create. Keyword name, right? So keyword name you can say cloud funded AKV dev. Access policies. We need to add the development environment data factory. Cloud funded ADF dev. ADF. Select this, add it. add it, click review plus create. This is the name, you save it, copy this, running final validation. Okay, so I'll just paste this value here meanwhile. Okay, these are the three resources that we have created in a dev resource group. Okay, in this resource group we have created these three resources. Okay, first to try to understand. Okay, it is validated, created. Now I have created these three. Okay, this is clear. Now in a same way, I'll just create the three more resources. Okay, you can just create the three more resources here with this name, same name, Cloud Pandit ADF UAT, Cloud Pandit. Okay, ADLS V2 UAT, Cloud Pandit AKB UAT. Okay, these are the three resources that I want to create under what? Under UAT pool. Under UAT resource group. Under UAT resource group. Okay, let's go and create the UAT resource group now. Go back. Go to resource groups and see. That's okay. It is not showing. I don't know the reason. Let's refresh this. Okay, that will come up. Okay, so some issue. That's okay. Click on add. Now let me create the new resource group. Cloud Pandit VI Master Program UAT. Create it. In this UAT, I'll create the again three resources. We go inside this. Let's click add data factory. Click create. So same resource, everything it will take. Now you need to cloud connect ADF UAT. Git configuration, I'll configure it later. Save as create. Running final validation pass, you can create. I think all these are very easy. See, I will explain in very easy manner, so you should be able to understand. Now let's go inside UAT. Let's add the another resource, that is storage for storage. Click create. Storage account, Cloud Pandit ADLS V2 UAT. All these things. I'll enable the hierarchical namespace. Where is that? Yes, this one. Click review plus create. Click create. Deployment in progress. Okay, and that is also able to finish. Come back. Go inside UAT. Let's create the Azure keyword. click on add AKV keywords. Click on keyword, create keyword. Cloud Pandit AKV UAT access policies. Now, can you tell me which data factory I need to add? UAT data factory or dev data factory? Secret selected. Please tell me, friends, which data factory I
UAT.
need to add?
UAT.
UAT. Very good. Okay. Cloud Pandit ADF UAT. Add it. Click it. Click it. Now it will be created. Now you know few things, right? So why we will use Azure keyword? Basically to access this particular storage in a secure way, we are going to store the storage account key in this particular keyword. Understood? Why we will use keyword? To store this particular storage key in a keyword, and that particular key we can able to read it from this particular data factory. So now what I need to do, the next step, very next step is take the dev storage key and store it in a dev keyword. Take the UAT storage key and store it in a UAT keyword. Isn't it? Is this clear? Because see, the if you're giving confirmation, I know, okay, so people are understanding, I can go. So if you're not responding, what I
Yes.
will think, okay, let me explain, let me finish,
Yes.
create this. Now you see, I'll just open quickly all those things. Let's open portal.azure.com. It is deployed. Now go back. Go into dev. First, let's go into dev resource group. Okay, see, right click on this storage, open in a new tab. Right click on this keyword, open in a new tab. This is dev resources. This is what UAT. Let me open the data factory. So data factory, storage, keyword, all of development environment. Take the dev storage key. Take the dev storage key. Okay, go to dev keyword. Click on secrets. You can say ADLS Gen2 key. ADLS Gen2 key. I will store it. That key here created. What is the store key name? ADLS Gen2 key. Okay. In the same way, so this is done. This is done for the development. Okay. Now I need to do for the UAT. Let me go here. Go to UAT. Open this, menu tab, open this here. This all I have done. Now from here, this is a storage account. Showcase. Copy this. Can you copy it? Come here. Go to secret. Click on generate/import. Okay, clear. Now I need to say a ADLS Gen2 key and put it here. Create it. Now you see, now you need to understand, I'm done with these things. Okay, I hope till here you are clear. Next thing, small thing, I will still few more things we need to do. Those are small things. Okay. Now my goal is in my development environment, my goal is to I will create two folders in this particular storage, that is a input folder, output folder. So now I hope you understood by now itself what is the pipeline I'm going to implement. I'm going to implement a pipeline which is going to copy data from input data to the output folder. In the same way, once implement the pipeline, same pipeline should copy data from UAT storage input folder to the output folder. Yes, here I'll explain you once again. First step that I'm going to do now is I will go to the dev storage. I will create input output folder. I will upload some data in my input folder. I will go to UAT storage. I'll create input output folder. I will upload some data in input folder. This data is different. This is development data. This is UAT data. Okay. You understood what I'm going to do. I will create a two folders here, two folders here. In input folders, I will upload some data. Let me move. Come to dev storage, click overview, click containers, click container, two containers, input and output, input and output, create it. Now go inside input again. Dev, okay, I'm working on dev. Create a, I'll just upload some data. Let's upload some results.cs. Upload this. I can upload multiple files. That is okay. Okay. This results.csv file, I need to bring it into my output folder. Okay, that is the kind of a pipeline that I'm going to do. Same way, come to UAT storage, go inside container, click on container. This here also will have input. Here also I'm going to have a output, because all environment should have a same structure. Okay, so and whatever I do here, same thing we should do here. Okay, so now everything setup is done. Now as a developer, my duty is to create a pipelines. Now I will open my data factory. I will create some pipelines. Okay, go to data factory. So till here, I know nobody will have any confusion, because simple things, very simple things. Okay, now click on author and monitor development ADF. Okay, open data factory. But please be in mute. See, this time I'm not going to implement a pipelines how we normally do. So before I implement the pipelines, I need to integrate this data factory with the Azure DevOps. I need to integrate this with the Azure DevOps, so that whatever pipelines we are implementing, that pipeline code will be available here. Okay, so for that, come here. I will tell you how you can create the Azure DevOps account. Now I'm just moving into the incognito mode. What happened? Yeah, this is called the incognito mode. So you know, right, how to move this. So we all should know this. New incognito window. Click on this. Yeah. Now, if you want to create a new Azure DevOps account, dev.azure.com. Click on this. This is the URL. Please note down these all things are very important for you. Dev.azure.com. Click on start free. This is completely free. Okay, you can simply say start free. I I don't have any account, so I want to create a new mail ID also. Create one. Click create one. So here you can enter cloud funded cb23@gmail.com. Enter. Oh shit, sorry. So create account means you don't have any mail ID, right? You can say get a new email address. You can take the new email address. Cloud funded cb23@outlook.com is the new mail ID I'm creating. Then I need to create the password. I'm just creating password. Okay, click next. So you need to play this game quickly, otherwise you will lose the game. I don't know how to play this. Shape this. In which way we need to store? Okay, so good. Okay, this is done. So my account is created, Cloud Pandit cb23@outlook.com. So now you see Azure DevOps account is created. Now you can see Azure DevOps dashboards. So inside Azure DevOps, we have a main thing is called organization. Under a organization, you can have a multiple projects. Okay, so where you want to create this particular account in United States or in India. So I want it in India. Click continue. Taking you to your Azure DevOps organization. So try to understand. You will have something called Azure DevOps organization is the top one. So under organization, we'll have a projects. Okay, first we will have a organization. Okay, first we'll have a organization. Under organization, we'll have a multiple projects. Project 1, project 2, project 3. Okay, something like this. So how many organizations you can create? As many as you want, but under each organization you can have a multiple projects again. Okay, try to understand that. Now you see what I will do. Yeah, so this is called a default organization. This is called a default organization. But if you want to create a new organization, you need to click here. Okay, so under this organization, if you want to create a project, see already as you don't have any project, it is asking you to enter the project name. This project is public or private. Public means anybody can able to see your code. Private means only your organization can able to see this code. Whoever is access to see this code, they only can able to see the code. Okay, so this is how you need to set up the account, friends. Now I already have the account set up for me. Okay, already I have created the account for myself. So what I need to do, click here. You can simply say dev.azure. Okay, this is the account which I have already. Now let me just tell you. So I need to check what is the directory ID for me. So go to any properties. I will tell you because I have a multiple subscriptions, right? So I need to take the which subscription I need to go. My subscription is FB1. I need to go to the FB1. Focus on this FB1. I need to go. I have a multiple subscription. That's why this confusion. For you, there won't be any confusion. Click on this switch directory. Okay, you need to say switch directory FB1. Again and again, I'm repeating FB1 you need to focus. Here can you see which one is FB1? So do we have anywhere FB1? So this is the FB1, right? Select this, click switch to that particular directory. I'm switching to that directory, okay? When you switch to that directory, actually in the directory I have not created anything. So that's why it is asking me to provide some details. We cloud point. So click continue. So I am just moving into that particular directory first time. Into that subscription I'm going first time. That's why it is showing all the details. You click again, sign out and log in with a different account. Yeah, let me just sign out otherwise. Click cloud pandit at the red. Let's sign out and log in. I think it is not identifying for some reason. Click on this. Now switch directory. FB1. Okay. Click on this. Switch directory. Okay. 1 second. Meanwhile, I quickly check. I have access or not. Let me quickly check. Just give me 5 minutes, friends. Okay, I'm just checking the access. Should have the access. Suddenly, what happened? Okay, I see like I have the access, but it is not allowing me to log in. Let's do one thing. Let me sign out from all the DevOps accounts. So I just try to log in. Okay. Click continue. Let's see. Okay, so I think I'm at the right directory. Let's create the new organization. Click create new organization. Click continue. So I'll say Cloud Pandit. CB23 is the batch, right? So let's say CB23. Click continue. It's already taken. Who's taking rings? Cloud Pandit, DevOps, CB23. Click continue. See, few extra steps that I need to do, but for in your case, you no need to do these all steps. The reason for me is I have multiple subscription. I need to get the right subscription and right directory. Okay, that is the reason I need to take few extra steps, but whatever I have shown you previous organization project, so I will go and land there itself again. Okay, see, I am seeing multiple organization here. That's okay, but let me switch directory. Let's see which directory I am currently. So which directory we need to go? FB1. So let's see now. Switch to directory, what it will say. Sign out and log in with a different account. Let's click sign out into this. Okay, that's okay. Let me just log in. Give me a few minutes. Shit. This is consuming all of the time. Sign in. It is already there. Yes, I am at the right like I am at the right directory. Okay. Now, so same, see, for me, I have done few extra steps, but in your case, when as you are going to create the new Azure DevOps account, so for you, there won't be any problem. You'll have an organization, you'll have the uh, projects you can create. But for me, one more step that I need to do is the organization settings. So go to organization settings, go to Azure Active Directory. So already I have connected to the Azure Active Directory. But if you have any problem, first thing that you need to do is you need to check whether you have already connected to the Azure Active Directory or not. Okay, this is connected. Okay, I don't want to do anything. Let's go back. Okay, so I don't want to do anything. Just click here to go back to the organization. Now see from here, this I can say cloud and date CB23 is the project. This project is basically my private project. I'll just say private, click create project. Project is created. Once project is created, you see whatever I explained, boards, to maintain the teamwork, who is working on what and all. Repos to maintain our code, actual code. Pipelines to move code from one data factory to the another data factory. Test plans to test your code. Artifacts to maintain the dependencies. So now we need to maintain the code. Go to repos, come down, you need to initialize, start your repo. Okay, see, currently you don't have anything, now you have set up the Azure DevOps account, for you there won't be any problem in terms of setting up the Azure DevOps account. Now go to your dev data factory, go to manage tab. First we need to link dev data factory with Azure repos. Now you see how I will link. Go to manage, click git configuration, click configure. So click here, Azure DevOps. I'm connecting to the Azure DevOps Git. Which directory? I have a multiple directory. Okay, so I know which directory I need to connect, right? So directory is FB1. This is the directory I need to connect. In this, we already created the organization account name. You see, 0847 Cloud Pandit 0847 is my account name. Okay, so 0847 is your organization name or your account name, you can say. Now come here, you can select this. Now project name, what is the project you have created? Cloud Pandit CB23. In this project, you have already repository, use existing repository. That is this. See, if you want to see the repository, see this is the repository, same as your project name. Suppose if you want to create a new repository, click here and say new repository. Okay, now come here. Collaboration branch, so main branch I will use, but if you want to maintain multiple another branch, you can create the new branch here, but I want to use the same main branch. Okay, so once I publish code here, once I click this, that code will be published to a new branch called adf_publish. Okay, new code will be published to the adf_publish. Okay, this is the root folder, but you have data factory code, other code, you can say adf code. So under this folder I want to store the code, so that's how you can able to store it. But currently I want to store my code directly under this particular repos without any subfolders. I want to store under this. Come here, then just click apply. Okay, so now DevOps repos is created. Okay, save it. Okay, this is saved. Now you see currently you don't have any code. As you are creating the things here, it will come here. Okay, let's see. Come here. Till here clear. So I know DevOps account creation, you might have little confusion, but in your case you will not have any confusion because it's your own. Okay, fine. Now come back. Go to linked service. Let's create linked service to. First, let's create the linked service to keyword. Azure keyword. Click continue. AKB. Subscription is this, and my keyword name is what? Dev keyword, right? This is a dev. Create it. Now let's create a new linked service. This is basically for the Gen2, data extract Gen2, continue. This is what? So all these things I will not explain here because you already know Gen2. So enter these particular keys from the keyword. Okay, Azure keyword. Okay, select this linked service. Key name. You remember what is the key in dev keyword? If you go, you will see ADLS Gen2 key. Copy this key. Now I need to enter the storage URL, right? HTTPS:// storage name. This is my storage name. Dot dfs dot store dot windows dot next test connection. Testing connection. Connection successful. So this is done, friends. Now see, like a storage account, two linked services I have created. Now come here, go to repos and anything came? No, nothing came, right? So I will tell you when everything will come. Okay, let's create two data sets. New data set. This is Gen2. Okay, CFP data we know. This I can say DS for ADLS Gen2. Okay, we can say source data set. This is the linked service. First was at the browse it, go to input folder. You know, this is the dev storage, right? We connected to the dev storage. Don't select results.csv because I want to just to select up to the container. Click OK. Okay, only container. Click next. We'll go to the sync data set. Okay, now click here, data set Gen2. ADLS Gen2. You can see Gen2 sync data set. This is the linked service, and it should point to the output folder, right? Output folder, click OK. First was at there, click OK. Okay, this you know. Let's create the pipeline now. Create pipeline. Pipeline to move data from ADLS Gen2 to ADLS Gen2. On this, now click on this. Copy data activity. I want it script. What data activity will do? Copy data from source data set to the sync data set. You know, at source side we selected only container. So what I need to do, wildcard file path. Wildcard file path, I will say star all the files which are in the input folder. Okay, this is what. Now come to DevOps. See, I don't have it. Now go back to the dev data factory. Now you can say click publish. Okay, so I'm just publishing. This particular code will be available in your repos now. All those things, it will come into your repos. Okay. All resources saved, data published. So it is still publishing. Okay, gathering your new branch. So everything will come here. Changes from collaboration. Okay.
Malaya. Malaya, are you there?
The first click on request from history. Tell me, Kiran.
Think Malaya.
Are you able to see
I
my
have a
screen?
small.
Are you able to
Yeah,
see my
yeah, we
screen?
can able to. Yes, we can able to see.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, Malaya, we can able to hear you.
Enter code came. Sorry, yeah, so some network issue, that's okay, but you see entire code came into your repos. Okay, come here, I just published, you click here, so it is still publishing, click okay, it is still publishing development code, right? So all changes it will publish. Okay, now you have a data sets. Which data sets we have created? Two data sets. You see data factory, we have a dev.json, so this is the total pipeline. Okay, like total code. Auto is all integration under, we have integration under linked service, we have this linked service, we have this pipeline. Okay, now I will go back, click okay. Now I will create some trigger, I'll create some trigger as well. Okay, so let it generate generating ARM templates, that's okay. So now I'll just create some trigger as well. Okay, I need to create trigger, I forgot a new slash trigger, this we can say new, you can call it as a cloud funded trigger. So I want to run this particular pipeline at maybe today at 6:45 p.m. I want to run it. Okay, maybe like every day once I want to run this particular pipeline. This is the trigger. This trigger, if you want to move it into other environment, it should be deactivated. I am deactivated. Click OK. Click save. A deactivated. Okay, try to understand. I'm just publishing this trigger change also. This trigger information also will be saved in our records. Just publish. Okay, click OK. Any questions, friends? Till here, any questions? Till here, anybody's?
Malaya,
Malaya?
so what ARM templates? What about?
ARM templates only I am explaining. Okay. ARM templates only I will
Oh,
consider for moving data.
look,
Yes, yes. Tell me, Shiva. Who is speaking? Okay, fine. So I think this publication should complete. Yes, it is completed. Everything is completed. Now all my code is available here. Okay, basically all my code is available here. Just go to branches. So we have a main branch and a publish branch. Once you publish, code will be published into this branch. So all my new code will be available in this branch. Okay. Now come to repos. Okay, you understood, right? Now go to branches. See, this is the code which is available in a ADF publish. Okay, but see main also will have same code. What you need to do, you just see main branch will have the total code. If ADF publish means whatever published now, those things will be there. Now just click on main. So into this, so I'll just consider. So even when you click main, so you came to here, right? So here what you need to do, take this ADF publish branch, which is having the all code which you have in the development, and move it into the UAT. Move it into the UAT. Now you see, click ADF publish. See, now I'm just deploying my code. Yeah, so this is the code, right? So code, I don't need to touch anything. So now I want to deploy. Okay, so in this, yeah, in this particular branch, you expand this and see you have a ARM templates. These templates I want to deploy. Okay, in this branch I have two ARM templates. These templates I want to deploy so that the same code, same pipeline will be available in my UAT data factory. Now let me go to UAT data factory. Open this UAT data factory and first let me show you. We don't have any code, but whatever code I have in dev, that code I will put it in my UAT. Okay, see, go to linked services, you don't have. Go to author tab. You see, don't have any data sets, you don't have any pipeline. Okay, now come to DevOps. Now you see, so repos is done. We don't need to do anything. Let's go to pipelines to deploy code from one data factory to another data factory. You need to release. Click on release pipeline. Release. Okay, once you click release, we have something called create pipeline, right? One second, I think. So now you see no release pipeline form. Now you can say new pipeline. Click new pipeline. You need to tell where is your code. Add an artifact. Okay, first you need to tell cancel everything. First you need to add where is your code. Click add an artifact. My code is available in Azure repos. Select a project under which project your code is available. You can have multiple projects. So in this particular project, my source is this is the same like same project in Unity view, because this is the project, this is the repository, and the default branch. So I need to take code from the EDF underscore publish. Here we have a ARM templates. In this, the latest changes, whatever changes we have latestly, those changes I want to take. Okay, so all my code will be available under this particular folder. Just click add. So this is the my development code. This code I want to move it into my UAT. Click add stage. Okay, so what I want to do, just click cancel this. Sorry, add stage. So what you need to do, you just search for otherwise you just say empty job. Okay, so here you can call it as a UAT. You can call it as a UAT. Cancel this, I will tell you. So this is the UAT. Now this UAT, what is the data factory name? What is the storage name? What is the keyword you need to add so that your development resources will be replaced with UAT? Click add job. So here you need to say click plus. Here I want to deploy my ARM templates. ARM templates. Click add. So now just click on this. Click on this ARM templates. So this is the resource door. What is a subscription? Okay, my subscription, I need to know what is my subscription. Can you go and see? Here I can see my subscription. My subscription is 646. My subscription is 646. Yeah. So first thing is 646, right? So this is the subscription. Okay, you check one or two times if you want. 646. This is the so deploy these things. Click authorize. Automatically it will authenticate. Free trial. This is the subscription. So it is authorizing. Okay, so scope to subscription free trial it is created. Click here. So this is the subscription selected. Now, what is your which resource group you want to deploy? So I want to deploy into UAT resource group. In this resource group is available in which location? Available in East US. So now ARM templates we need to select. Just click template. You just click here browse template. So under this, I have just explained you. Under this, we have a folder. Expand this folder. See, I have a data factory ARM templates, right? So there are two ARM templates. One is a entire code. Second one is a with parameters. Okay. Select the first one, which is a static code. Second one, you need to select parameters, template parameter. Click here. Expand this. Expand this. Select parameters. Click OK. Okay, these are parameters. Now these parameters are what? Just click here to see what parameters we have in that. In that you have all parameters of development environment. I need to replace with UAT. What you need to do? Wherever you have dev, you need to put a UAT. You need to put a UAT. Here we have a ADLS. Okay, ADLS V2 dev, right? You need to put it as a UAT. Here you have a Azure Key Vault AKV dev, you need to replace it as a UAT, meaning this is the data factory, this is the storage, this is the Azure Key Vault. I need to connect and I need to implement the pipeline. So that pipeline will be replaced with these changes and it will be deployed into the UAT data factory. Okay, click OK. Come down. So now, yeah, so incremental means incrementally it needs to find the new changes, only new changes it should add. Complete means it will delete once, so it will delete the UAT resources. I don't want to delete those, you just put a incremental. Only whatever changes happen, those changes only I want to keep it. Okay. With this, after once you're done, save these changes. Okay, click OK. Okay, once this is saved, I want to create release pipeline. What is release pipeline means? Release pipeline means I want to deploy the code. Go to pipelines to see our pipeline. But I want to create a release. Release means I need to take this code and deploy into UAT. Click create release. Okay, so you just simply say create it. See, release one has been created. Click on this release one. Cancel this. See, it is in progress. It is loading the data into UAT data factory. It is in progress. ARM templates deployment, it is in progress. It is going to deploy one by one. So once this particular thing is finished, it is moving all your dev to the UAT. All your changes from dev to the UAT. Now we will see. Okay, so succeeded. It is succeeded. Now come to UAT. Refresh this. See, pipeline came, data sets came, and just to check, go to manage tab and see whether these things are available. So let's go and see whether it is connected to the Azure key UAT data lake storage or dev UAT, because I have changed the name from dev to UAT. That's why it is connected. And Azure Key Vault connection, I have changed from dev to the UAT. That's why it is connected to the UAT. Okay, so in which data factory it should move? UAT. So that's why it is moved to the UAT data factory. All these changes. Now everything came here. Now this particular pipeline. So can you just check whether trigger is also came? Yes, trigger also came. Once you came here, you just click on this trigger. If you want to enable these triggers, you can enable, activate these things. Okay. Next thing, I want to debug this particular copy activity. What this copy activity will do? This copy activity basically copies data from UAT storage input folder to, okay, UAT storage Input folder. I don't have anything. Let's upload some data. This is a UAT storage. Okay, let's upload some data randomly. Any data is fine. This is UAT data. Multiple files we have in UAT. More data. Okay, all these files I should copy into my output folder. Do I need to implement a pipeline again? No. Already in development environment, we have pipeline. Same pipeline we move to the UAT. That pipeline, if I run, that input files will come into the output. UAT data factory, debug it. It is succeeded. Okay. Now come to output folder. Refresh this. See, all files came here. Understood? All files came here. You understood, friends, how it came? But the problem with this particular DevOps thing is we have created the release pipeline, all those things. Now what I want to do this pipeline is, let's say if I go to this particular development environment, if I make any change here, that change I should be able to see in my UAT data factory. For that, go to pipeline. You understood? Whatever change I do in development, that should come automatically into UAT. For that, click edit release pipeline. Sorry, not release pipeline. 1 second. Go to releases. Okay, click edit. Okay, now here you see something called continuous deployment trigger. Click on this. So you can enable this. You can enable this so that create a release every time get push across in a selected repository. In this, whenever new data, new changes comes, this will push the changes into this environment. Okay. Now, when it should push is whenever data is moved, whenever data is published into ADF publish branch, whenever data is published into ADF underscore publish branch, then only I want to move it into UAT. Okay, ADF publish branch, I need to focus. Okay. Once you have selected this trigger, save these changes, click OK. If you want to give some comment, you can give. Now it's a continuous trigger. You see, it's enabled, right mark. It's enabled. Now you see what I will do. Go to see in my UAT also you can check source side, and here I have a star. Here also source side I have a star. What I will do, I just want to pick only star.csv. Okay, this is the change I have done. Now I will just publish this. This is published. Immediately go to DevOps, go to releases. Now you see new release will create. New release will come. Release 2 will come. Because again you have made some change, that is considered as a release 2. That will come. Let's see why it is not. Yeah, click OK. You need to publish it, right? See in dev I just published. Now you come here. That release 2 should come now. Like just for refresh, go here and come back. Okay, let's see. It should create, it will create, it is publishing. Once this publishing is completed, yes, you see release 2 is created. You understood? Release 2 is automatically created. It is going to deploy this code. Understood? Click on release 2. Here you can see your pipeline. So it is deploying that change. That new change it is deploying. You go to data factory, UAT data factory, right? If you refresh, go to copy activity, source, see start.csv came because it is already completed, succeeded. You understood? Start.csv came. Everybody's clear, friends, how we are deploying these particular things to the other environment continuously. Now I want to deploy these things into the production. Okay, go to release again. Click edit. Now, if you want to publish same things to the production, just click add. Just click empty. You need to say it's a production prod. Same, click job and add the template. Okay, add the template ARM templates. Click add. Click on this activity, and you need to say so. Yeah, your connection, same connection you can use, and subscription is same. Okay. Now, if you have a production resource group, you need to select the production resource group. As we don't have any production resource group, I cannot do anything. Yeah, let's try to do this. Okay, go inside Cloud Pandit VA master program. Let's say this is in some location. Yes, let's say artifacts. So you can just select all those things and you can deploy into your UAT. So you can overwrite here and you can just deploy into your production environment as well. Okay, you understood how you are creating the pipeline for prod. So dev to UAT, UAT to prod. But if you want, so before you deploy into this, if you want some like approvals, click on pre-deployment approvals. So here you will have different kind of things you can able to do. Okay, see after release or manually somebody wants to do. I think not this one. Pre-deployment. Click on this, cancel this. So you just click on this. Here only. After release, see schedules. If you want to, on based on particular schedules, I want to release this. Okay, so you can able to do all this. See pre-deployment approvals. So enable. So users and groups. So whose approvals you want? That users, everybody you can able to enter. Okay. Likewise, all these things you can able to do here. Clear, friends? Any questions? That's all for today. Any questions, friends?
Malaya, I do have one question, small question only. See, you went with the incognito, right? What is the behind that? If you don't want to store the history, we'll go that. No, why you went that? What is the reason behind?
I already log in into my account. If I say
Okay.
dev.prod.dev.edu.com here, it will open my account. So I want a fresh web browser so that it will just, when I say dev.edu.com, it will not open my mail ID, my account. It will simply say there is new
Fine,
account
fine.
login. So then I can
Yeah.
able to create a new account and I will show you.
Yeah, I got to know.
Okay. All for difference. Okay. So tomorrow I'll just tell you. So tomorrow you will have a Azure function class at same time 5 to 6. No, not same time. I'll just
So
let you know the
Malaya,
time. Tell me, Shiva.
so yeah, can you start new batch in Azure DevOps?
We'll discuss that. Okay.
Azure DevOps.
Thank.
Okay.
Yes. We'll discuss that.